Hey guys, I'm Jonathan, and I'm going to show you how to throw and catch a football in 10 simple steps. Step 1, having the right equipment. It's really important to have the right equipment so you can perform to your maximum potential. See what I'm wearing here? I'm wearing a t-shirt, I'm wearing mesh shorts, and then also I got tennis shoes right here so I can move around freely in them. And also, obviously, you need a football. Now, the size of the football really doesn't matter. I guess I recommend a smaller football for beginners so it's easier to grip and whatnot.
Hi, I'm Luke, and I'm here to show you the second step in throwing and catching a ball correctly. The second step is gripping the ball correctly. It's a pretty important step so that way you can throw a good spiral. You should grip a ball, you should have half your fingers on your laces just like that. If you have a small hand, move up so you can get a little bit more control on the ball. But otherwise, hold it just like this with your thumb on the opposite side of the ball. Now I'm going to show you the proper throwing motion. When you throw the ball, you should be parallel to your target with your feet just like this, shoulder width apart. The ball should be in front of you with two hands gripped on it for security. And then when you begin to throw, you look at your target, then you bring your shoulder back just like this with your feet still parallel, and then you begin to throw it until you get to the release point.
Alright, step 4 is the release point. Now what I'm talking about here is when you're throwing the ball, you got to know when to release it and exactly how long a time. So here, I'm in my stance. Pretend the punching bag right there is my target. So I'm parallel to my target, and when you go back to throw, you go back right here where the ball is behind your ear. And depending on how far away your receiver is where you're going to release it. If your receiver is close like that, you just bring it back and release it a little more forward. And if it's further away, you release it a little behind your ear. Now I'm going to show you, pretending that the punching bag is my receiver, it's close to me, so my release point is going to be pretty short and close to my target. So I'm ready. I see my receiver, bring it back. Now I'm farther away from the receiver, and this is how you throw it when you have a receiver that's farther away. So the same thing, you're in your stance, you're parallel to your target, and when you're ready, you bring the ball up, but you release it a little behind you, so you get a mark on it and get your receiver.
Now I'm going to talk to you about the follow-through. The release point is important to avoid injury and to have increased velocity on the ball. When you follow through, you should end up at your opposite hip so that way you avoid injury. When you follow through, you should end up just like this on your opposite hip. Now I'm going to throw it so you can actually see what it's like in motion. My feet are parallel to the target. I'm looking to throw. I'll bring the ball up. End up on opposite hip.
The first 5 steps you just witnessed, that was about passing the ball. Now I'm going to tell you about catching the ball. The 6th step is keeping your eyes on the ball. Whenever the quarterback throws it to you, it's important to keep your eyes on the ball the whole time and watching into your hands. It's important because sometimes the pros don't even do it. And once you get the eyes on the ball, you're almost there and it's going to touchdown. The 7th step is to make a triangle with your hands. As you notice, I'm wearing gloves. Although they're not required, I recommend wearing gloves because it's a lot easier to catch. So when you make a triangle with your hands, you do so by taking both your hands and having your pointer and your thumb out like that and making a triangle like this and spreading the rest of your fingers out like that. This is the best way to catch a football because the point goes right in between your pointers and your thumbs, and it's easy to grasp with the rest of your fingers. Now, whenever you get a quarterback to throw you the ball, when he throws it, you make the hands like that, and you still have the formation of the triangle, and that's why it's so easy to catch a football. The 8th step is having soft hands. Now, you already learned to keep your eye on the ball and how to make your hands when you catch the ball, but this step is pretty important. This step is important because when you have a pass that's thrown really hard at you, a lot of the times it just bounces off your hands since the velocity is so great. To, I guess, counteract this, you have soft hands. And what I mean by having soft hands is whenever the ball comes at you, in a way you give in a little bit towards your chest so you kind of carry that velocity with you. And that's really important. And sometimes not a lot of people do this, that's why a lot of people mishandle the ball. For example, If I'm turned to my quarterback, and if I know that he's about to throw it, I turn to him, make the hands, and give in a little bit like that. And that's how you have soft hands.
Now I'm going to show you how to grab and tuck. After you catch the ball, it's important to secure the ball so that way a defender doesn't rip it out. After you catch the ball, you catch it, and then you bring it to the side of your body so that way you have 3 points of pressure. That includes your hands, your forearm, and your bicep. Now after your quarterback throws you the ball, and you catch the ball, you catch it, and then you tuck it just like this. Now, after you catch the ball, you get to do one of the funnest things of all. You get to celebrate. It's customary to celebrate after you catch the touchdown pass because it's a pretty difficult thing to do. There are numerous different touchdown celebrations. Our personal favorite that we're going to do is called the bomb.
Blue 42! Blue 42! Hut! Touchdown! All right, all right! Boom! Boom!
Now, here is another popular celebration, the classic chest bump.
Blue 42! Hut! Yeah! Woo! Whoa!
Now the most iconic of all touchdown celebrations, the football spike.
Blue 42! Hut! Woo! Damn! Now that you know the 10 steps of throwing and catching the football, you are ready to go out and play the classic game of football.
And remember, the most important step of all is to always have fun.
High five! Woo! Yeah!